longer. But he's going to tell you about a man from Texas who has a very unique style of polka music and truly deserving of this next honor, induction into the Hall of Fame, Carl Finch. Randy, please.
Thank you. So the year was about in the early 80s. My brother and I are going to this rock club. It's like a college rock club in Pittsburgh to hear this band that we read about in the Polka News. Remember how you used to get Polka News, like in the paper, the Polka News? So we hear this band that was dubbed a nuclear polka band. So we go there, not knowing them at all. And here comes this band, and it looked like they just got off the Grateful Dead ZZ Top tour, and, a Mexican bass player. So the leader of the band, he hauls off, he says, "Okay, who wants to hear would you rather hear a polka by Jimi Hendrix or by Jim Morrison?" And in this room, maybe that doesn't, have a big appeal, but to this crowd, they were like kind of struck and taken back by that, but they're getting into it. This band is like thrashing out some polkas, and this crowd is totally getting into it. It's like, wow, that was cool. But then, partway into the show, the leader very calmly says, "Yeah, the Sounds, that's a band from this area. You should look them up if you have a chance." I'm looking at my brother, like, did he just say what I thought he said? He knows about the Sounds and stuff? So they proceed, and the show goes on, and a bit into the show, the leader jumps off the stage and starts throwing all the chairs from the audience up on the stage. Like, come on everybody, come on up on the stage. So it's just a wildly successful, fun night to people who had probably no idea what to expect at this young college rock club. So it was just so phenomenal. But then getting to talk to the leader, and this is who I'm talking about, Carl Finch, afterward, it just blew me away even further. For this guy who didn't grow up on polkas, who happened upon a stack of records basically being sold off for dirt cheap. Records like Eddie Blazonczyk and Gene Wisniewski, and he's listening to it, it's like, wow, there's something there. I love this, He's kind of, and we were talking about, it's like kind of like sticking to the man. It's like, well, why is this music kind of prejudiced against? Like, polkas deserve this chance. He's here, there's something special here. So, kind of form a band that plays hundreds of shows all over the country. And I'm talking, not polka venues, any venue. Like I said, you saw them at a rock club, or you see them at a concert in the park, or they're playing Lincoln Center, or Kennedy Center, or, all these festivals of any type. I'm like, wow. But to talk to him and recognize their knowledge, his love and passion for this music was just remarkable. And he saw in this kind of like, why is there prejudice against this? I'm going to do that. This is good. I love it. I don't care. Just kind of throwing it out there in a fantastic way, saying that polkas deserve that opportunity. So anyway, like I say, these guys have taken polkas to the world. Wouldn't it be great if there would be a band who would play hundreds of gigs in all these kind of venues? They've done it. And wouldn't it be great to have a band that would get written up in Rolling Stone and Spin and Cream and Village Voice, like major trade publications, in a positive sense about polkas? Done it. To be signed to a significant record label, with a vast array of artists in a diverse way, major label, done it. To be connected to people who are like a major pop figure like David Byrne of the Talking Heads. I mean, there he is, working with these guys, being on the Simpsons, in music, in movie placements, having their music played with a symphony orchestra, and it's all kind of crazy, amazing things that have put polka music in front of people and brought them in a way that's absolutely special and unique. They've done it. And it's like, that's the thing that I think goes beyond the awards and things. I mean, they've got a couple of Grammys and nominated several times and whatever else it may be, is that they have taken polka music and taken it like they did in that rock club in Pittsburgh and put it in front of people who are not, haven't grown up with polkas and stuff, and brought them in and just sucked them in and gave them a wild, fun time. That's the amazing accomplishment that Carl Finch, I think, has done. And for that, I'm so proud and honored to be able to present. And he's a hero of mine, so congratulations to Carl Finch. Thank you.
Accepting for Carl Finch. Lori? Lori's got it.
Oh, there she is.
So Lori, on behalf of the members of the IPA, the officers, directors, and the Board of Trustees, will you accept this award on behalf of Carl Finch and give it to him?
Oh, yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you, congratulations to all the other nominees. Carl was really disappointed to find out that he wouldn't be able to attend this incredible honor of being inducted into the International Polka Hall of Fame. He is currently down in Texas, preparing to take the stage tonight, as his band Brave Combo headlines at West Fest. You may have heard of the town of West, Texas, being mentioned in news reports a few years ago when a fertilizer explosion devastated a huge portion of this little Texas town. West Fest is their huge annual event that is an integral part of the Czech community and the area. West Fest also happens to be the first legitimate polka festival that took a chance on Carl's newly formed nuclear polka band during the first year of Brave Combo's existence. As the story goes, in 1979, they showed up at the festival without being booked, talked their way into letting them play for tips in the corner and a couple pieces of plywood, and then flash forward to today. The director of West Fest recently sent us a congratulation letter to Carl about his IPA nomination, and in it stated, Brave Combo, under Carl's leadership, has been the single most important part of the success of West Fest for the last 37 years. As you can probably tell, canceling on West Fest was not an option that could be considered. So at 8 p.m. tonight, under a giant covered pavilion, there will be a few thousand people dancing to Carl's beloved polkas and waltzes, and I stand before you in his place. Now, you're probably wondering, who am I? My name is Lori Young, and I make my living with the unique job description of webmaster for polka bands. I create and maintain many of the websites you may visit, such as the ones for Bel Air Enterprises, Polka Fireworks, the online radio station broadcasting here today, the Poker Jammer Network. I also have 2 websites for bands. I do Alex Meixner, Lynn Marie Rink. But I was pipered into the polka world when I picked up a compilation CD that included it was a tribute to the Gumby, the little green guy from the 70s there, that included an original song by Carl's band called Pokey's Polka. My curiosity about the source of that tune led me down Carl's own personal polka rabbit hole that included Brave Combo's takes on tunes originally formed by Eddie B., the Connecticut Twins, Joe Oberitis, and more. My love of Brave Combo eventually grew from fandom to being their personal assistant for the past 20 years. One of my early memories from when I first became part of the band's inner circle was Carl insisting that I had to hear the Dynatones live wire. The excitement in his voice when he described Scruffy singing Sosha made me know he loved that music with all his heart. Carl will tell you that he discovered polka when he bought discounted stacks of vinyl polka albums, admittedly most for their interesting cover art, at the Fine to Dime in his hometown of Texarkana. This was back during a college break 40 years ago. Included in that pile on that fateful day were albums by Larry Chesky, Happy Louie, Walt Solik, and Ray Henry. Their musical stylings inspired them to create Brave Combo so that they could attempt to bring polka to a more mainstream rock audience and get the music wider recognition. He knows that in the beginning, a lot of folks really didn't consider Brave Carmel a real polka band, and what they should sound like, and just their general vibe, but they persevered, and it brought polkas to venues such as Lincoln Center in New York, huge rock festivals, and even played here at the Cheektowaga Polka Festival. Plus, along the way, they garnered a couple of polka Grammys, even animated into an episode of The Simpsons. He asked me to let you know he's really enjoyed receiving his hard-earned polka education from all of you, to answer all his questions, and that he thanks everyone for the support and understanding over the years. Carl is extremely humbled by the honor of being nominated into such a wonderful organization. He looks forward to working with you all to continue keeping polka music alive for generations to come. Thank you.